No siemano, jedziemy dalej z tematem. Także słuchajcie, skończyliśmy na tym, że... O, gonią mnie. Że uciekamy przed najazdem. Gonią? Gonią. Ups. To są od nich? Chyba tak. Tak, właśnie. Wyrżnęli wszystko.
Most már elég lenne ebben disznó. Minél jobban vergőd, annál rosszabb lesz, te ribant.
God almighty.
A picsába, mi ez? Nyírjátok ki a fattyút!
Co jest? To nie tak miało być. Nie mogłem nic zrobić. Słuchajcie. Nie podoba mi się to, bo nie mogę się... Nie mogę się odwrócić i uciekać na przykład. Wciskałem shift. Dobra, jeszcze raz. Idziemy teraz tak jak... Może ścieżka pokaże. Czy nie? No, słuchajcie, fajnie, bo tu chyba możemy pójść tak naprawdę w każdym kierunku. Nie, tam idą. Tutaj biegnie. Nie, to jest teraz. Cholera. Uciekaj, uciekaj. Nie dogonię. Nie no, nie podoba mi się to. Czemu on jest szybszy ode mnie, jak on w zbroi, ja jestem bez. To jest jakiś chory, słuchajcie. Nie powinno tak być. Zobaczcie, on ma zbroję, on ma miecz. No ja też mam miecz. To już mi się nie podoba w tym momencie ta gra. Tu brakuje logiki. Dobra, jeszcze raz. Za wolno uciekałem. Może w krzaczory trzeba być po prostu. Gdzie wejść? Spadłem. Wytrzymałość. Mogę mam pozwoloną. Kurczę. Może tu się ukryjemy.
Rendesen a disznót, hogy ne rugdosson annyira.
Dobra, idzie nikomu. Weźmy, że
Rendesen a disznót, hogy ne rugdosson annyira.
pobiegł. No nie wiem. Tu mnie zauważył. Kolejni.
Törtök be, ez aztán kitartó.
You pigs! Don't touch me!
O cholera. Chyba jestem skończony. Słuchajcie, to nie jest takie To nie jest takie proste. Myślałem, że mnie nie zauważy w tym daszkiem. No dobra, spróbujemy, słuchajcie, w tą stronę. Sorry, że tak testuję, ale trzeba sprawdzić, z jakiej odległości oni mogą mnie na przykład zobaczyć. Czy się można w krzakach ukryć? Nie wiem, czy on mnie widzi. Tam jadą. Zobaczcie, znalazł mnie. Znalazł mnie w tych krzyczorach. Może tego konia weźmiemy, co? I uciekniemy. Nie, odejdź, człowieku. Ja chcę konia. X. Okej. Caps lock? Serio? Ja mam taką klawiaturę, że nie mam caps locka. Dobra, czyli shift. To ścieżka. Tak jak w Wiedźminie. Dobra, krwawimy.
Ja.
Ciekawe.
Pigs, don't touch me, or I'll kill you.
Krwawiam się, słuchajcie. Ja się krwawiam. Zaraz padnę. Zaraz padnę. Mi się wydaje. Słuchajcie, trudna jest ta gra. Nie jest to takie proste. Coś czuję, że trzeba będzie bardzo często tutaj wracać do save'ów. Słuchajcie, można tak naprawdę spaść, trzeba ostrożnie na tych kamieniach. O, żeby nie spaść, bo jak spadłem, to miałem nogę rozwaloną. Ale takie bugi to nie powinno się zdarzać. No ale dobra. Gdzie był ten koń? Tam gdzieś? Tak. Dobra, plan jest inny, bo tam jest ich zbyt dużo. Wydaje mi się, że bierzemy tego konia. Po prostu musimy tu uciec. Co? Jaka strzała. O matko. Nie posuniemy się w ogóle do przodu w tym filmie. Strzała mnie zraniła. Tak. Czyli co ja mam zrobić? Czyli w ich stronę nie uciekną. Dobra, spróbujemy tam, słuchajcie, w prawo pojechać, chociaż oni tam w prawo są. Zobaczymy, no, słuchajcie, co przygoda. Lubię testować. Gdzie oni tam pojechali? Tam gdzieś pojechali. Czy tu przejadę? Przejadę. Dobra, mam nadzieję, że... Nie. Nie. Po prostu tam... W tą stronę nie można jechać, czyli to nie jest tak naprawdę otwarty świat. Szkoda. Szkoda, bo fajnie to wygląda. I fajnie by było pojechać w tamtą stronę, ale najwyraźniej gra chce, żebym się trzymał określonego scenariusza. Czyli słuchajcie, w prawo nie. Przez strumyk nie. A jedynie musimy tu w tą stronę uciekać. Czyli nie, tędy nie. Nie wiem, może później będziemy mogli pozwiedzać te rejony. Na razie jedziemy tam, w tą stronę, w którą... Co teraz? Jeszcze raz wsiadamy. Mam nadzieję, że teraz uciekniemy. Witam, martwa. Tu jest dobra.
Don't touch me, or I'll kill you.
Stranować. Stratować. Jest kolejny koń. No dobra. Uciekliśmy. Czyli tam nie wypełniliśmy jednego zadania, bo można było uratować tą babkę jako poboczne zadanie. Teraz co? Uciekamy. Uciekamy na koniu. Będziemy wzięli ci pomocy. To mi może udzielić pomocy. Znaczy...
Left. Hamburg is to the left, along the stream.
Ucieczka. Koniu jest cały czas.
Run for it! Warn the others. They've tore its scallops.
Krwawie. Tu. Cholera. Mam nadzieję, że ich konie też się...
Flee to Talmberg. Go! They'll kill you all. Go! They'll kill you all.
Bardzo blisko są. Koń się robi nerwowy. Mam wrażenie, że dojechać do przystanie. Dobra, tak. Dokładnie.
Oh my god! Wait!
Jesus Christ!
Help! Scallops has been attacked! Do something! Help!
Quickly, everyone! Get your You 호수기네!
To Węgrzy są.
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
Have you idlers nothing better to do? Get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
dobra, pewnie można było jakoś inaczej jeszcze osiągnąć ten cel. Co z tą... Już jestem zdrowy. Się rozejrzeć.
I suppose it can wait another day. Tell him to come then.
No fajnie odzorowane te czasy. Naprawdę faktycznie tak mogło wyglądać. Fajny klimat. Czysto.
I hear you've made some scars.
Damn.
Co składa ten sam. Znaczy głodny jestem. Coś tam. Chcę się spać. Dobra, będziemy sobie jeździć. Wszystko cenne. Także wszyscy najlepsze. Dobra, to jest na pewno. Dobra, na razie nie będziemy. Prawda? Nie rzeczy, nie tak już przed chwilą mieliśmy. Wskaźnik, że
Oh, God. Eat. Food.
Rozmawiać.
What was that? Hey, what are you doing here? Clear off quick or I'll throw you out.
Dobrze się nie dajemy. Włamowanie trudne. Dobra, idziemy dalej. Pogadamy z nim.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
No dobra. Co?
You fled from Skalitz? How did you manage that?
Nie macie usiąść? Serio? Bierzemy zupkę. Bierzemy bułkę. Co tam? Wszystko weźmiemy.
How rude.
Serka. Co tu jeszcze? Jabłuszka weźmiemy. Szkoda, że on tak wolno to podnosi. Dobra, gdzie to wino jest? Kobieta mi wina nalała. Zamroczony jestem, słuchajcie, z głodu. O, jest wino. Wino. Dobra, chlebka weźmiemy. Nie, ukradnij to nie. Nie chcemy kraść. Włamywanie, to jest kufel. Zasiadamy. Siądziemy sobie. Dobra. Inwentarz. No i co? I zjemy sobie co? Najpierw sobie zjemy pieczoną kaczkę. Pyk. I zobaczymy, jak teraz. O, czy połowę. Zjedzona pieczona kaczka. Połowę ziewamy. Zagryziemy sobie bułeczką. Pyk. Ok, bułka to jest 10. Jeszcze musimy zjeść sobie jabłuszko. I co? Ciekawe, za ile jabłko jest. O, za 5. Czyli musimy jeszcze bułkę i jabłko zjeść. Bułkę. Zgadza się? Jeszcze jabłko i będzie ok. Powinno być ok. Albo jeszcze będzie troszeczkę. Troszeczkę. Dobra. Słuchajcie, drugie jabłko jeszcze zjemy. No, aż prawie się najedliśmy. Okej. Możemy pogadać z Bożenką. Pogadamy z Bożenką.
Greetings. What do you need?
Kupić nie, interesy nie.
If I needed some food, who should I ask?
Who do you think, young man? Me, of course. And if you want something extra, I could help.
Where's that chamber for me to sleep?
Evans, are you still confused after what happened to you?
Thank you. I'd like to buy something from you.
Of course, lad. God bless.
Mamy 2,6. Słuchajcie, kupimy sobie chyba z 3 bułeczki. Co? Za 2? No dobra.
Let's talk about the price.
Naturally.
Targujemy się. No nie no, 1,8. Zobaczymy.
What about this?
Na pewno się nie zgodzi.
That's not enough.
Dobra, zaproponowała tyle. Jeszcze możemy połowę.
Forget it then.
Czyli co, nie? Nie kupiliśmy. No dobra, reputacja nam spadła. Że nie chcemy płacić. Nie, to nie. Trudno. Usiądź. Dobra, idziemy się wyspać. No, odejdź. Koniki, jakie mamy koniki. Czy można ukraść konia? Szopa, to jest ta szopa. Tak. Nie, uciekamy. Tu. Chyba tutaj, co? Zmęczenie, czyli wytrzymałość, elokwencja się odbierze. Oczy mi się zamyka. Słuchajcie.
How did it happen?
To jest tu. Zobaczymy. Tak, śpi. Butów nie zdjąłem. Zobaczcie. Dobra, śpimy do oporu, co tam. O, fajnie zrobione. Podoba mi się.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Butów nie zdjął, tak jak mówiłem. O,
Yes?
puka.
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
You might be right, my lady.
Story.
I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik.
To chyba źle siedzi, co? Jak mi się wydaje.
Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only he'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. Sigismund's cavalry was composed of Cumans. They're diabolical barbarians from the east, with no regard for the rules of warfare, bloodthirsty cutthroats. The very fact Sigismund has them with him shows what a tyrant he is.
Well, I don't know.
And then death descended on Skalitz. I looked towards the tavern and saw a group of Cumans chasing down my Bianca, and murdering her for sport. There was nothing I could do to help her.
You mustn't blame yourself. She's with the Lord now.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Powinni usunąć takie bugi, nie?
I ran as if my life depended on it, which it did. But my guardian angel watched over me and I made it to the mill below the castle.
It's as well you did. The Lord be praised.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to.
Cholera.
Even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzik, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never
Szkoda,
forget
że
the
nie
horror.
pomogłem, no.
It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city. There was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
No dobra, chyba możemy w końcu iść spać. Myślę, że zakończymy tą część. To już, słuchajcie, 40 minut.
I feel quite hungry.
Move in, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us!
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
No dobra, gra została zapisana, słuchajcie. Ja w tym momencie przerywam i kończę tą część. Do zobaczenia w następnej.